Ready to keep your LLC in good standing and dodge those nasty penalties? Today we're diving into exactly how you file your Alabama LLC annual report. But, spoiler alert, there is a massive twist coming your way about how corporate compliance actually works down in the Cotton State.
So let's start with the most obvious question on your mind. Whether you're a total beginner or a seasoned business owner, you're probably wondering, how on earth do you actually file an Alabama annual report? Like, what forms do you fill out, and where exactly do you mail that check?
Well, get ready for a plot twist, because the answer is you don't. Literally, you do not file one. If you've been frantically clicking around the Secretary of State's website searching for an annual report form, you can officially stop right now. Section 1. The Annual Report Myth. For years, businesses had to jump through hoops with a really confusing dual filing system. Back in 2022, a previous law actually shifted annual report filings to the Secretary of State, which caused a massive headache. But thankfully, lawmakers stepped in to cut the red tape. They passed House Bill 230, which permanently abolished the Secretary of State annual report requirement and that $10 fee on October 1, 2024. This was a total game changer for all business entities. Domestic or foreign LLCs, it doesn't matter, you are entirely off the hook for this specific document.
So the key takeaway here is understanding this new setup. You completely ignore the abolished Secretary of State report. However, and this is a big however, your compliance obligations haven't just vanished into thin air. They've just relocated. Your annual reporting focus shifts entirely over to the Alabama Department of Revenue.
Section 2. The Business Privilege Tax. Now we arrive at the actual ongoing hurdle you've got to master to stay in the state's good graces. Since the traditional standalone report is ancient history, the Department of Revenue's Business Privilege Tax return has stepped up as your de facto annual compliance filing. Essentially, it's a tax calculated directly from your business's net worth. You can think of it as paying for the privilege of doing business in Alabama.
To successfully navigate this without making those common rookie mistakes, just stick to these 3 steps. Step 1. Lock down a federal EIN from the IRS. You absolutely cannot file any returns with the Alabama Department of Revenue without one. Step 2. Calculate your business's net worth as accurately as possible, because this number entirely dictates your tax liability. And Step 3. Submit your filing through the My Alabama Taxes online portal, which most folks just call MAT. Honestly, this portal is super handy because it centralizes all your returns, payments, registration, and account management right in one spot.
Section 3. Registered Agent Requirements.
Even though the old annual report form is a thing of the past, maintaining your registered agent is absolutely crucial and requires your full attention. Under Alabama Code Section 10A-1-5.31, you are legally required to have an agent, so the state can reliably contact you. And the rules here are pretty strict. Your agent must have a physical Alabama street address, no P.O. boxes, no standalone telephone answering services. They need to be physically present to receive legal documents during regular business hours. Now don't worry, this doesn't have to be your actual place of business. This is something you can easily outsource to a professional service. It takes a huge burden off your shoulders and, as a bonus, keeps your personal address completely off the public record. Oh, and a quick pro tip, if you ever need to update this info, Alabama requires typed forms. They will literally reject handwritten submissions without even looking at them.
Section 4. Costs and filing deadlines.
Let's talk specifics so you don't get caught off guard, because timing is everything with state taxes. If you run an LLC or an S-Corp on a standard calendar year, your hard deadline is March 15th. If you're structured as a C-Corp, you've got a bit more time until April 15th. But here's the absolute best piece of legislative relief. If your calculated business privilege tax comes out to $100 or less, you do not even have to file a return. Just double, maybe triple check that your net worth calculations are spot on before you decide to skip it.
Section 5. Penalties for non-compliance. So what happens if you ignore these new Department of Revenue rules or maybe just forget to check your mail? Well, failing to stay compliant triggers some pretty severe enforcement. This is absolutely critical to remember. Failing to file the business privilege tax triggers an immediate minimum penalty. You're going to get hit with either 10% of the tax due or a flat $50 fine, whichever happens to be greater. And unfortunately, that is just the beginning of the headache.
Things can snowball out of control so fast. On top of that initial penalty, the state slaps on a compounding 1% monthly failure to pay penalty that can go all the way up to 25%. Then, they tack on mandatory daily interest on the unpaid tax. Before you know it, you lose your good standing. That means no certificate of compliance to show banks or clients, and eventually you face the ultimate threat, administrative dissolution by the state. The big takeaway here is that administrative dissolution is not just some bureaucratic scare tactic. It literally strips away the legal liability shield you built the LLC for in the first place. When your entity gets dissolved for non-compliance, those vital protections vanish. That means your personal assets could suddenly be exposed to business debts, which is the exact nightmare you formed your LLC to avoid.
Section 6. Next steps and conclusion.
We've covered a ton of ground today on how Alabama streamlined things while shifting focus over to tax-level compliance. To keep your LLC in perfect standing, you've got to stay on top of a few ongoing tasks. First, make sure you're renewing any local and municipal business privilege licenses every single year. Second, verify your registered agent's physical address is accurate, and if they move, update it immediately. And finally, whatever you do, circle March 15th on your calendar so you don't miss that business privilege tax deadline. You can totally manage all of this yourself through the MAT portal or just hire a professional compliance service to handle the whole shebang for you.
Before we wrap up, I do need to remind you, this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. For specific circumstances, consult with a licensed attorney or professional. Seriously, if you're ever unsure about your net worth calculations or liability, talk to a pro. But keep all these new rules in mind, and you'll have absolutely no trouble keeping your Alabama LLC thriving. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. But before you go, think about this. If Alabama's corporate laws changed this drastically right under our noses, what other hidden compliance traps might be lurking in your state's tax code? Catch you next time.